ever wonder why your parents would always tell you to stop holding up inside the house and go play outside? It's not because they wanted some peace and quiet for a change. Okay, let's be real, it probably was. However, spending some time outside on a bright and sunny day can actually benefit your physical and mental health in a number of ways you might not have been aware of. So, as it turns out, your parents may have been doing you a favor after all. But before we get into that, here's Richie with the weather.
Today's forecast is calling for clear, sunny skies, with a 100% chance of you subscribing to Bestie and ringing the notification bell. After that, you can expect showers of new videos and content in your feed every day. Back to you, Gina.
Thanks, Richie. Now then, let's get into some of the ways in which sunlight can benefit both your body and your mind. Number 1. Sunlight improves your mood. Are you an early morning riser or a regular night owl? As it turns out, both sunlight and darkness can have a tangible effect on your mood by promoting the release of certain chemicals and hormones in your brain. When your body is exposed to sunlight, your brain begins to increase the production of serotonin. In addition to helping your body with digestion and the healing of wounds, serotonin also has a noticeable effect on your mood, reducing feelings of depression and anxiety, as well as helping you feel calm and focused. By contrast, once the sun goes down and things get dark, your brain starts to produce another hormone called melatonin, which helps you get to sleep. As you might have guessed, it's important to make sure your brain is making the right amounts of both hormones at the right times, in order to make sure that your body is always working at peak performance. If you're not getting enough sunlight exposure in the day, your brain will produce less serotonin than usual, and this can have a drastic effect on your mood. According to Healthline, low levels of serotonin can increase your risk of developing major depression with a seasonal pattern. This condition, formerly known as seasonal affective disorder, is a type of depression that is usually triggered by the changing of the seasons. If you've ever heard anyone use the phrase seasonal depression, this is most likely what they were referring to. Symptoms for this form of depression typically take root starting in October or November and last until the end of March or April. In other words, be sure to make the most of the bright summer days while you still can, or else you might be in for a very unpleasant, depressing winter. Number 2. Sunlight increases vitamin D. Serotonin isn't the only thing your body makes when it gets exposed to sunlight. When exposed to the sun's ultraviolet B radiation, your skin begins to create what's known as vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin which provides your body with a number of essential benefits, from helping your immune system to assisting with weight loss. According to some research, vitamin D is also an important component your body uses to build strong bones. People who suffer from a vitamin D deficiency are at a higher risk of developing bone-related diseases, such as rickets, osteoporosis, and osteomalacia. In case you needed more convincing, a healthy dose of vitamin D has also been shown to reduce the risk of other conditions and illnesses, such as multiple sclerosis, heart disease, and depression. Number 3. Sunlight can prevent cancer. This one might sound like a bit of a paradox at first. After all, isn't overexposure to the sun one of the leading causes of skin cancer? While that is very true, a healthy amount of sunlight can actually be useful in preventing certain types of cancers. I guess it's true what they say, everything in moderation. Specifically, receiving a healthy amount of sunlight can reduce the risk of cancers such as colon, pancreatic, ovarian, and prostate cancer, as well as Hodgkin's lymphoma, which affects your white blood cells. Number 4. Sunlight fights off the flu. It sneaks up on us every year. Before you know it, bam! It's cold and flu season again. In addition to washing your hands and staying up to date on vaccines, you can also potentially fight off the flu bug by soaking up a few extra rays of sunshine. According to a working paper distributed by the National Bureau of Economic Research, places that receive higher amounts of sunlight might also be at a potentially lower risk when it comes to influenza outbreaks. According to the lead author of the paper, Dr. David Slutsky, research indicates that there does appear to be a correlation between high levels of sunlight and lowered levels of the influenza virus. The reason behind this? It looks like our good friend vitamin D is coming to the rescue once again. In a 2017 article published in the British Medical Journal, researchers reported on the results of a study which aimed to prove the link between vitamin D and flu prevention. Participants were given either a daily or weekly vitamin D supplement. While the research showed a modest amount of success, the actual effectiveness of the supplement varied from person to person. Participants who started out with low vitamin D levels but took the supplement were found to have their odds of contracting a respiratory tract infection such as influenza halved, while participants who had higher baseline levels of vitamin D in their systems naturally experienced little change. Regardless, evidence of this study seems to point towards vitamin D being an effective way to fight against the flu. Number 5. Other benefits of sunlight. In addition to all the health benefits we've already mentioned in this video, there are still tons of other ways in which a healthy amount of sunlight can have a positive effect on our bodies. According to the World Health Organization, the ultraviolet radiation provided by the sun can help with the healing and treatment of many different kinds of conditions that affect your skin. In particular, doctors have recommended UV radiation as a method of treatment for skin conditions such as psoriasis, eczema, jaundice, and even acne. If that's not enough, research has also revealed that sunlight can potentially be an effective form of treatment for a number of other medical conditions as well, including rheumatoid arthritis, thyroiditis, systemic lupus erythematosus, and inflammatory bowel disease. However, it's worth mentioning that studies into sunlight to treat these conditions are still largely inconclusive, and more research is required before anyone can be completely certain of its effectiveness. It's also important to note that UV radiation may not be the ideal treatment method for everyone. Be sure to speak with your doctor or dermatologist in order to determine whether or not this method of treatment is right for your particular condition. Remember to protect yourself from accidentally soaking up too much sun by applying sunscreen, and make sure to only stay out in the sun for reasonable stretches of time. With that in mind, hopefully this video has convinced you to spend less time cooped up in your bedroom or office and to get out and reap all the benefits that our planet's closest star has to offer. Did you find this video interesting? Do you know any other fun facts about the sun or sunlight and how it affects us? If you have something you'd like to share, be sure to put it in the comments section below in order to keep the conversation going. And as always, be sure to share this video with anyone you think might enjoy it. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to slap on some sunscreen and hit the beach. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.